My name is Srinitya Rajananda, and I'm from the Nityananda Vedic temple from Seattle. We actually have 6 temples around America, and I'm from the one in Seattle. And I'm speaking to you from my experience about doing one of the meditation programs that our temple offers. And that meditation program is called Life Bliss Program. And in that program, we go through the 7 chakras and see how what emotion blocks the chakra and what attitude or way of life opens the chakra. So I was speaking about the inner world and how it is very important. And I realized this when I did meditation. When I sat, first meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is nothing but sitting down and witnessing what all is happening inside you. You sit for not just like sitting for half an hour a day. You sit for half an hour a day and you sit and witness your mind. Just witness. It's like adding a third person to a conversation. You have a conflict between 2 people, a third person comes in and gives a third person point of view and tells you basically what you both are talking about and basically who's right and who's wrong. It's the same way with meditation. It's like stepping back and witnessing what is the mind doing. And the same way, what I felt from what meditation gave me was, it gave me the ability to do that more often. How easy would it be when we're always working and constantly trying to get things done, when you can always step back, witness what is going on? Because we find it very hard to step back and see the big picture always. So if you can always step back, witness what is going on, and then be able to do things quickly. I found that I was able to do things very quickly. When it came to English, whenever they gave me an essay question, I could not come to a single topic. I had a million possibilities that I could do, that I could talk about. But I stepped back further and understood what I want to talk about, what I want to address, and decided to write about that. And this actually helped me grow really fast. I was able to learn a lot of things in a little amount of time. I actually did the Run Start program when I was in high school, so I was in college and high school at the same time. And a lot of courses. So the meditation actually helped me to be able to do quick things quickly. And another thing I wanted to address that we learned in this program is connection with God. We always either have one way of connecting with God is connecting with Him with fear, saying, God, please don't let bad things happen to me. Oh God, let this not go wrong. Let this not go wrong. Let me be okay. Let me be okay in this situation. Another way is, oh God, please let me have this. Oh God, let me get an A. Oh God, let me have this. Oh God, let me have this. But in this meditation program, they gave me a very beautiful way to connect with God. And that connection was gratitude. Have you ever? It's actually something that Christians do a lot. Is every day they sit around the table, hold hands, and say gratitude. So gratitude was what made me connect with the divine, with God, like a personal relationship with God. That personal relationship is what triggered me to connect with Hinduism, connect with puja. Puja, what I learned from Nityananda Vedic Temple and from Paramahamsa Nityananda, who's the founder of our Nityananda Vedic temples, I learned that gratitude is like the pinnacle of devotion. It's like the spark from where it starts. Where you start your connection with God and it becomes a personal relationship. And puja is nothing but sitting and living in gratitude. Science says that if you live 1 hour, at least a day, in love or in just a feeling of love with something or someone, that will itself make you live longer and be healthy. But gratitude itself, so gratitude is there in our tradition as puja, and puja is always there in our tradition.
My name is Ananda Brahmanya, and today the topic I will be talking on is the need of Sangha to help foster love for Hindu tradition in the youth. There are 2 main reasons why I stand here before you today. One is because of the inspiration and initiation into the Vedic tradition from enlightened master Paramahamsa Nityananda. And the second is because of the Sangha and community at Nityananda Vedic Temple, San Jose, Madurai, for nurturing me and creating the ambiance for the Vedic tradition to become my day-to-day way of living. My message as a youth, to the youth, is simply this: to take a hard look at the people you are choosing to hang out with. What habits do they have? And are those habits aligned with what you know is your full potential, your life's purpose? A beautiful quote from the Buddha is, "The thought manifests as the word manifests as the deed. The deed develops into habit, and habit hardens into character." It is so important to have discrimination with whom you choose to spend time with, for they'll impact your thoughts, your actions, your habits, and ultimately who you'll become, oftentimes without you even realizing it. So through the company of people who live by the truth, the Sangha, one cultivates non-attachment, the state of being unclutched. When we are unclutched or non-attached, we move from delusion to living enlightenment. When I traveled to study with Swamiji in his Vidya ashram, he guided me to finish my education and move to the Bay Area, and so I did. The funny thing is, as soon as I arrived and joined the Sangha in Nityananda Vedic Temple, my artistic talents were immediately put to use. Situations were created where I was facilitating and performing kirtan, or creating paintings for our temple festivals, or teaching Vedic art classes. I discovered that there was absolutely no conflict between me expressing my artistic talents and growing towards enlightenment. I felt that I'd become more authentic, that I'd become more integrated, able to embrace who I am. I've learned that being spiritual does not mean running away to the mountains and sitting with closed eyes. It is being in the midst of the world and having the silence of the mountains always in your heart. This was such a profound awakening for me, and it was the ambiance of the Sangha and the opportunities in the Sangha that helped me find my truth. In each and every person I see in the Sangha, in each smile, in each namaskar, in each laugh, in each conversation, I'm constantly reminded of the Vedic tradition and its enlightening teachings.
When I was 13 years old, my mother gave me the opportunity to go to Bangalore, India for 2 months. She was going to be doing various meditation and yoga workshops, and while she did that, I got the opportunity to stay in a traditional Hindu Gurukulam, or Vedic Gurukulam in Bangalore. And what's special about this school is, although they had the normal lessons, they had grades, classes, I was in 7th grade at the time, every morning and every evening the kids of the school would go to the temple located in the ashram and do puja, meditation, and then in the evening they would participate in the arti. And then one day they offered me the opportunity to do the arti. Not do it, but assist it. So I went and I helped out, and it wasn't really the best scenario. I burned my hand. And I don't think I actually helped at all. I think I just hindered the person, but I did kind of learn how to do it. And so in September, when I came back to Ohio, Mashvanda, who is the leader of our temple, and she's here today, she gave me the opportunity to be the arti assistant at our temple in Ohio. I got a really good relationship kind of going with the deities, although I never really, been in one religion or another. We have a Shiva and Parvati deity in our temple, and they're huge, like 7 feet tall. And so I kind of tell the deity about my school day every day. I'd be like, I had a good school day, or I didn't do well, I got a test wrong, or I got, a good grade on the test. And so I just, talk to the deities. And what I realized after a while was that even if I had a really bad day at school, when I came to the temple that night, suddenly I would be in bliss, and I would be happy when I went to the temple. And youth are in a place where they're constantly being told what to do by the outside world. People are constantly, you have to choose what college you're going to, you have to choose your future education, you have to do this, you have to do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. So they're in a place where they're always being told what to do. And so on top of all of that, their parents just telling them, okay, you have to go to the temple, they might not want to do that. So from my experiences, the best way that youth can be encouraged to go to temples, to participate in temple activities, is to be shown that this is something that can make them blissful. My experience, I saw the kids at the Gurukul doing it, and I was inspired to do it. I know that just by doing it myself, not even by talking, telling my friends to do it. A lot of my friends have gotten interested in Hinduism at my school. I was a high school senior, and I'm in marching band, I'm in musicals, I do all sorts of other stuff, but at the same time, I go to the temple every night. It's kind of this undercurrent in my life, and my friends realize that. So quite a few of my friends have actually started coming to the temples. I know a couple of my friends who are doing yoga just because they know what I do and they got interested in it.
So I'd like to start by invoking the lineage of gurus, beginning from Shiva to the current guru, by whose grace this sacred Vedic knowledge has been brought down to us and serves us in a way we are able to understand. Well, I know some of you may be thinking, you're wondering what a young Jewish girl raised in America is doing presenting at HMEC. And that's a good question, and I think appropriate to the topic, which is the role of a guru in connecting young people with the Vedic tradition. So I was raised in the Jewish faith. I met with my family every Friday evening for the Sabbath, for Shabbat, and we went to temple services on Saturday morning. I studied Hebrew in high school. I went on pilgrimage to all the holy sites in Israel, like every good Jew, as a teenager. And I celebrated, or I observed Yom Kippur, which is the Jewish Day of Atonement. It's probably the most practiced holiday. Even secular Jews who don't go to temple observe Yom Kippur, and we do a fasting and other religious observances. It's basically a day atoning for one's wrong acts in the eyes of God within the past 1 year. So it's very much about a personal connection with the divine. In 26 years, I never understood the meaning of Yom Kippur until I met Swamiji. So it's essentially a day where God is saying to us, everyone makes mistakes. It's okay to go in the wrong direction. But I trust you, I believe in you, and you are my own. So however far you go in the wrong direction, or whatever else you're doing, you can always turn back in the right direction. You can always come back. When I was in India for the first time, which was 3 years ago, I met a young girl. She's a presenter today at the conference, Asha. She was doing arati in the temple. And I remember as she was like putting camphor on each wick, I was so much in awe of her, how she knew so much about the doing the activities in a Hindu temple. She taught me all about Alankaram, Abhishekam, Arati. Maybe it was after that first incident. I was really surprised by that. And, you know, she's a senior in high school. She's going to film school this year. She's a volunteer every day at our Nityananda Vedic Temple in Ohio. So she's very active. At our temple in Los Angeles, where I teach, we have an Vidyalaya. We have a kids' Sunday school program. We teach the kids yoga, meditation, arati. We also have discussions on spiritual topics, life topics like love and compassion, like how you guys are doing today. Whether Hebrew prayer becomes morning Guru Puja or remains as Hebrew prayer, it doesn't matter. Hinduism, it's not a religion of transformation, or it's not a religion of conversion, it's a religion of transformation. Meeting Swamiji, studying with the Guru, I understood better my own tradition. That itself shows how much Hinduism has to offer to the world. Finally, I want to share with you, there's one shloka to Lord Shiva, which I want to share with you. And it's this. Karacharana kritamba, kayajam karamajamba, shravana nayana jamba, manasam va paradam, vihitam va, sarvame takshamasva, jaya jaya karanabde, Shri Mahadeva Shambho. And the meaning of this one is like, oh Lord, whatever mistakes I have made in my act, in my deed, like literally with my ears, eyes, hands, please forgive me. Oh Mahadeva, oh Shiva, you are the ocean of compassion and bliss.